Now, tonight, we are talking about two beautiful young ladies who have recently transitioned on into the afterlife. So, R.I.P. to these women. But, I feel like we got to talk about this because we are women as well. And, I feel like these stories are going to be a good example of how we should be, I guess, more careful in certain ways of our safety as women, and also how us as humans, we need to kind of take care of ourselves more. So, on the left here, her name is Imani Dia. And, I just think maybe if we're a little more aware to people's around us and their mental health, maybe, or try to pay a little more to signs, maybe we could see certain things coming. You know what I'm saying? Because she's really young, and for her to be gone at the hands of somebody else, especially somebody they're saying it's her boyfriend, some of them saying it's not, but I believe it was her boyfriend. I just feel like it's just tragic, and I think we should send this out as a message for young girls so that they can hopefully be more serious about who they put themselves in situations with and give their personal space to. Anybody want to chime in on that? Oh, I Sparkle, what you got to say?
Absolutely. So I can definitely agree with that. Knowing the signs, don't ignore those signs. One more chance. I'm sorry, baby, it won't happen again. That's a lie. It's gonna escalate. It's always, I'm sorry. Next thing you know, it gets worse. I didn't mean to do it. I didn't know what I was doing. I blacked out. No. Please pay attention to those signs, because just one time of you ignoring the sign of someone, just what I'm saying, like not being in their right state of mind, can just unalive you. So please, that is
Unalive you.
something. Absolutely. I mean, and it took a lot for me to understand that myself. So that's why I say that. Please pay attention to those signs.
Most definitely. I Sparkle and Testa, one of y'all want to chime in?
I'm happy we kind of touched this subject. I was just thinking about how this is so norm now in the world, and it's so norm that most times it's right in your home. And
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, we do not take heed to signs. Male and female do not take heed to signs. We
Mm-hmm.
know that somebody, has a aggressive way of what how they do things, and they've showed actions that may lead up to where they are now. And we love deep. That is one
Mm-hmm.
thing. We do love deep, but at that same intention, especially if you have children, you have to very well be mindful of what you are um, having surrounding you and your children. Nothing is no one, not her fault at any way by means.
Mm-hmm.
But you do have to take heed and know, this is what I accepted. This is what's in my path. Now, if you don't know and they just switched, oh yeah, you do know some mental therapy needed to be somewhere. You do need to have I think you shouldn't be with people who ain't willing to go to mental health therapy. Like,
Mm-hmm.
That's a
for the
good.
simple reason of this day and time. So much we go through. We go through a pandemic every 4 to 5 years. So much we go through in 3 to 4 years that I believe that couples would last a little bit longer if, they just
Mm-hmm.
agree, even as individuals. They don't have to go to just individuals. Go to therapy. Go to therapy. Yeah.
Yeah, and check more into maybe a part of dating now needs to be checking into that person's mental health, quite honestly, because a lot of people know stuff be wrong with them and they won't admit it or go get help. And then they be in these relationships and boom, all of a sudden you find out they got something that you didn't know when y'all were dating. But Leah, do you have something you want to chime in on?
Want to say the little things, they do matter. Those are those red flags. Oh, he just shoved me one time, or she just slapped me one time. It only takes one time. And like I Sparkle and Testa said, it just escalates. It doesn't get better, it gets worse. And so with that being said, people don't pay attention to their instincts, their intuition, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? That inner voice saying, hey, maybe you don't need to do this. You know, they feel like, oh no, I can love them past their pain, or you know, I can do this. I'm this, I'm that. Yeah, you can be all of those things, but if a person has a mental illness, you can't help that unless
Mm-hmm.
you have the authority, the power, the degrees to do it, or however you see it. But you're not a professional. The only thing you can do is advise them to go get help. And if they don't, stay away from them, because then your life is being put in danger, because you don't know what
Absolutely.
extent they're willing to go to, to keep you or whatever. That, oh, if I can't have you, no one else can. Oh yeah,
Oh my,
people really believe that. They really believe
they
that,
do.
and they will go through any extent, like even unaliving you, to
Mm-hmm.
take control.
Like, can I piggyback on that real quick? Cause
Mm-hmm.
you know, it touches a place in my heart. When the
Mm-hmm.
biggest thing that people don't, when they say they're gonna kill you, it should be a list of things maybe that we should take heed of just by mouth word that they say to you, that people, I'm gonna kill you, male or female. We very may well kill you. It happens.
Mm-hmm.
May take 20 times for me to say it, but it happens. You know, yeah. These things just
That's the little things. Oh, he only said it. Oh, he says it when he's mad, but
the
he's still
manipulation.
saying it.
Mm-hmm.
That means if he
Exactly.
keeps saying it, it's a thought in his mind. Now he's thinking
Mm-hmm.
it,
Mm-hmm.
and he's
Yeah.
planning on it. Now it's premeditated because he done thought about it. He done put it into
Yeah.
action like how
Mm-hmm.
you did. You know?
Yeah, you
We have
gotta.
to be careful. And us looking for love and being desperate for love. Some of us is desperate for love, whether we want to admit it or not. Some women are desperate for love. Some men are too, but I'm a woman speaking from a woman's point of view. Um, we be overlooking stuff all the time. Overlooking stuff, making excuses for it, just whatever. And
Mm-hmm. That's
stuff
it.
like
The
this happens
whatever.
all too often now. And it is the normal, like we're hearing about stuff like this on the daily. Everyone is in everywhere. And
Mm-hmm.
Women killing women. Men
Mm-hmm.
killing men.
and another story unrelated. This they weren't a couple. They don't even know each other. This man, I'm thinking he was mentally unstable too. But this man was in the store with another person. Like they weren't together, but they was in the store at the same time. And the lady goes out to her car and he stabbed her like 40 times and killed her, a little
Mm-hmm.
25-year-old woman too. Oh, she might have been older, but either way it go, like yeah, it's just like it's so crazy, like unmotivated, like just stabbed up and she's dead.
You ask yourself, what's the cure of this in the United States, right? Because is there really a cure? Probably not.
Look here.
Truly, every situation in life in general. But if we're trying to say, hey, we're going to help somebody in a relationship going in, that's just not going to happen, because truly you should treat every relationship like they are crackheads when you meet them. Because if they're not ready to get any help, it's almost like a crackhead. If the crackhead's not
Yeah.
ready, they're not going to budge. How could you help them?
No.
You
Or,
got to ask
Right.
yourself that.
or they'll pretend to go along for a little while and then go right back to,
Hmm.
their old habits.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't
Exactly.
stay hidden for long.
Like a crackhead. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I, I think we might need to, like, I'm just saying it might be crazy, but with the way things are going and the way these things are so normal, maybe they should have this thing where we get mentally evaluated at certain ages and this, that, and the third, just periodically throughout life to make sure that you're not finna go crazy and, go kill somebody. Because a lot of people, and it's not necessarily sudden, like a lot of people be to show several signs that people just didn't pay attention to or they didn't ask for help for. And then just one day it comes out as a maniac episode, and that's sad. It's sad. It's sad on both ends.
Let's say one thing about that. The school systems where I am at, that's where it may start at, because they do have enough counselors. It's not like they have one or two counselors. Ooh, like the dean's office, like when we grew up, it was the dean's office. Let me just go to the dean. It wasn't many people in the school that you're going to be able to turn to, or even many counselors. But up here,
Mm-hmm.
each school just about has many counselors for many students to be able to turn to and get help that they not getting at home, or the support
Mm,
or the listening ear. And I really think if more school systems implement that alone, it really starts a trend of it being able to turn around other things outside of the school system, because I think it really helps where we are to have
it
more
does.
counselors in the school, and they're not complaining, they're not, you know, underpaid. They're not underpaid to an extent to where they're just pulling their hair out all the time. They actually find some feeling to fulfill in these children, and it helps them. The ones that are acceptance to it.
It
Hmm.
does. I'm a product of that. When I went to Pace, I had a counselor, and she was great. And it's not. I don't think it's as stressful to them because it's like playtime for them. They get to take you to their
Mm-hmm.
room and show you the cool things that they have, and they get to talk to you
Hmm.
about things that you're not talking about with at home or with
Yeah.
anyone else. So, I mean, for me, the counselor, it was a real fun and therapeutic time for me. So I will agree, it will help out a lot of people. It definitely helped me tremendously, but this other young lady here, I don't know if any one of you watched Big Brother, but her name is Mickey Lee. She was on Big Brother and she recently passed away too. So, R.I.P., R.I.P. to these sisters again. But she passed away too. She actually suddenly had onset of several. Let me get it right here. Don't let me lie. Don't let me lie. I think she had several heart attacks. Okay, so she had
Mm.
like back to back heart attacks, and they're saying that it all came from the flu.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. Like, oh, and not to get off topic, but this one other story I read about this man, he had the flu and it went to his brain and he recovered. But I was like, what stuff that we don't know about? So bringing it to the surface, if this is true, maybe just another note out there. Let's try taking better care of ourselves. We might need to go see the doctor more.
You know something about it, comment down in the comment
Yeah.
space.
Yeah. Tell us.
Educate us, because I didn't know the flu could. I know it could get bad, but I didn't know it could affect your brain or make you have heart attacks. That's scary.
Yeah.
Think
That's very true.
about it. The flu starts off in nose, cough, throat. It also goes behind your ears. It's filling up fluid there. It's starting to have that fluid push all this
You are
stuff
right.
around your ears up. It does. It fills the fluid up to your brain. Now,
Causes pressure.
yeah, it causes pressure. It does all of that, and yes, it is possible that you can have that. That yes, is very much urge. Especially now that COVID is out, you should really want to go to the doctor. Like soon
Mhm.
as you are having a cough or cold that you can't cure in a day or two. Truly,
But they don't want us to do that. Like they want you to make sure you have all these certain type of symptoms and stuff like that. Like they don't want you
don't
to.
care.
They don't
It
give a
is your
damn.
due diligence. They can't. They not. That's the thing. It's your due diligence to care about yourself, about your
Yeah.
body, to go do what. Even though they gonna fight you, if you know
Mm-hmm.
something wrong with you, that's something that you need to go keep dealing with, because they're not gonna care. That's not their body. That's not their mama, their daddy, their sister, their brother. That's not their body. You are just a whole stranger to them with a job. They have a job. That's it. That's what it is. Some doctors care enough. Thank God for those. Amen. But for the most part, you do get, especially in the inner cities, the big cities, you're gonna get those ones that just there for a job, a paycheck, and it's your due diligence to do what the hell you need to do to make sure that you ain't finna die, because they don't give a damn.
It is, but they'll also misdiagnose you too because they don't want to deal with you and send you back home.
Yeah. Keep going,
They
babes.
will. You already know it's two sides to the healthcare fee.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a
Good
believer
side and
in
the bad side,
holistic
and
healing.
when I was in that little part of pharmacy school for pharmacy tech, she was telling us about the greater good and how I was like, I ain't even finna go over it, but yeah, they'll kill you. They'll kill you. The greater good, they'll kill you. Especially if you older in there. Like if you come in there at the same time as somebody younger than you and they having the same symptoms and stuff like that, they'll probably kill you to save the young person if you're
Girl,
old.
you referring to what and Neil Ward said, girl.
What? That's what she said. She said holistic healing. I'm like,
No,
what?
that's not what holistic healing is.
I was scared
I'm
for a
just
moment.
saying it's a type of killing though. Shit.
Holistic
What the fuck?
healing is not a killing.
Oh, I thought you said killing. See, I thought you said killing. See?
I was like, hold up.
But no, I was just talking about the greater good though. Like they'll kill you. They will though. Like that's why it's a good and a bad side to the medical field. They'll kill you.
Yes, you are correct, but you just had me confused for a moment. I'm so sorry. I
Oh,
didn't mean
me
to cut
too.
you
I'm
off.
sorry.
You
I'm
scared me.
sorry. Don't be scared. But yeah, like take the time and try to get date more and get to know people more before letting them into your personal space. Start asking people
Mhm.
about their mental health, even though they're gonna lie about it like they lie about their health issues. At least try to have the conversation and pay attention to signs. Pay attention to little things that they do and say because like I said, most of the time it's not just all it's a build up. They done
Mhm.
said and did many of things, you just ain't paying attention to because you love them and you got to be more careful.